Yeah, and I'd be super happy if it is like possible to marry each other earlier. So if the human rights are internationally really expanded, so it is possible to marry each other in the age of whatsoever age, or 12 or 17, because this world is running really faster since there's internet and Facebook, and the generations are growing faster. And if you're looking at the young adults, they're looking much more grown up. So I'd like all the young adults and teenagers to have a right to marry earlier. I'm not forcing anybody to marry each other, but I'm just saying that a lot of very strong love feelings are actually expanding already at a very young age in school or in college. And obviously, people in schools or in colleges, they're the prettiest, they're the healthiest, they are young looking, they are beautiful, they are all splendid health, and they are all and they're having splendid hair, and they're just super beautiful, and they are spending day by day next to each other and falling totally madly in love with each other. And they are a lot of times they are having sex and reproducing themselves, and then they're having babies, and then they are bringing these babies to some orphan houses. And this crazy thing starts with these orphan children. So I hope these young adults are able to keep the children and to marry each other, even if there are really very young parents. I think it is worth to be going to grow rather a happiness, like growing a family instead of growing happiness, because after something like abortion or giving a child, obviously a lot of times you're not able to reproduce immediately. So how about people are just having a right to marry each other earlier, because a lot of heartbreaks are happening in the very very young age, like in the age of 15, and they called Romeo and Juliet. How about these horrible things are not happening anymore, and people are having just the right to spend a life with each other and to have this family, which just accidentally happened. So obviously you can study thereafter. You can study while being pregnant. You can study while having child, etc. Nobody is disturbing your studies. You can even write doctor and be post degree and postmaster and professor whatsoever. But I really think the human rights gonna be expanded, and people should be having a right to marry earlier, because we are falling with each other in love earlier than 25 or 20, and we're able to reproduce ourselves much earlier than 20. So how about if something like this happened, that somebody is pregnant and having a baby, there is a chance to legalize it all and to become happy instead of something else, and keep a child and grow this family and become richer and happier, and stay together for life. I think it is worth going for. And additionally, I really think in every society, it doesn't matter what kind of religion you're following, it should be really just basic human rights which is to be followed, that people already in the age of 8 or 10 or 12 are allowed to marry each other and allowed to